Alright, so I'm out here at the range today. It's a little snowy out here. My camera is sitting up on a snowbank. There's so much snow here. I'm at the last bay of 3 bays here. This is the 50-yard range and the 25-yard range, which is usually used for pistol, but it works great for sighting and, bore sighting and stuff. But the 100 and 200-yard range over there is completely snowed in. You can't even get to it. I was lucky enough today. They plowed out this short range here, but the 500 meter and the 2 and the 300 yard are completely snowed in. You can't even, you need snowshoes to get over there, and then the targets are snowed in. But anyways, so what I'm going to cover here is just bore sighting a rifle. I got this rifle, I put a different scope on it, and there's a lot of different ways to bore sight a rifle. You can get the ones that stick in the end of the barrel. I don't like doing that because it sticks in your rifling, and I don't like anything touching my rifling. You can get the magnetic ones that stick in the end of the barrel. I don't like those either because they don't, the ones I've used quite a few of them, they don't really work that great for me anyways. So the best way I've found to do it is you can set your rifle up. If you're at, usually we do it at 25 yards. Today I'm doing it at 50 yards. And you set your rifle in a spot to where usually on target, and today I am missing a few things, but I'll try and do the best I can. So what I do is look down the bore of your barrel. Take your bolt out, look down the bore, and you can usually line it up on your target. And at 25 yards, if you can get the center of your target and the center of your bore, and you can keep your rifle in a pretty stable position, you can dial your scope in, and you can go back and forth and check the two. So I'll do that quick. I'll bore sight this quick, and hopefully I'm not too far off. This gun I had this on before was zeroed at 600. So this scope, I probably need to crank it back in a little bit, but I'll do it here quick, and hopefully I'm pretty close. I'm just looking at a target that I put up downrange there, and I can see that I'm a little low and a little to the left. So I'm cranking it up, and being that I want my bullet to go up, my reticle is going to go down, and vice versa with the windage. So now that I got it to where I think it might be close, I'll check it again. So I need to go a little to the left yet, so I'll crank this guy a little to the right. I think I went too far, so I'll go back to the left, which will make the bullet go back to the right. And I got to go up just a little bit, so down, 1 or 2 more. And I'm pretty close there. I'm close enough to get it sighted in at this range, so I got a camera down there. I'll run down there and turn that camera on, and I'll take a few shots here. I'll take 1 shot and I'll see where I'm at, and then I can fine tune it from there. So alright, so I got everything set up down there. I got the camera rolling, so 2 things to remember: safety, glasses, and ear protection. So get those on, then we'll take a few shots and see where we're at. It's a little chilly out today. I didn't wear the best clothes and I ran down there quick, so I'm out of breath, so we'll see how it goes here. These are 95 grain nozzlers, ballistic tips. So I got way more than I need there, but we'll just throw one in and take a shot, see what happens. Should be pretty close. So I'm the only one out here today. There's nobody here. Gates are locked, and this is the only real spot to shoot here today because it's so cold. So I'll try and hit the big center, the big bullseye in the center. We'll see. That's what I'll aim for anyways. And I didn't even see where that hit. There we go. So I cranked my scope up to 14 and as you can see, I'm a little low and to the right. And being a little low, that's, I don't know, 3/4 to an inch low, that's good. At this range, I might want to crank it up just a little bit, be maybe like a 1/2 inch low, because then it'll be right on at 100. So, but I'll crank it to the left. I'll give it about a minute of left, and on your scope, if it says left, you turn it to the left, your bullet's going to go to the left. So I put 4 clicks on it, that's a minute. And then another thing I do when I fire these, especially when they're fire formed, and it does eject, I just didn't pull it out. Look at the case, make sure it's alright. Look at the primer, see if you got excess pressure there, and this one actually is pretty mild. So I corrected, and after I bore sighted it, forgot to mention, if you're out at the range and people are looking at you, looking down your barrel and your scope, they might think you're kind of goofy, but it's a pretty accurate and reliable way to do this. So I'll try it again here. So again, I got it adjusted to a little bit to the left. We'll try another shot, and I cranked it up to 14, so I'll crank it down back down to 4 power. Crank it up, see what it did. So that's pretty good. It moved it over to the left about 1 inch. So, and I forgot to crank it up, so I'll crank it up. I'll crank it up a couple clicks. You got to remember, when you're doing a minute at 50 yards, it's you know, a minute's only a 1/2 inch, so I'll go up another 1/2 minute, and then I'll take one more and see. Again, the case looks good. It's pretty much on, but I'm just doing one more just to, you know, triple check it. The scope's tracking good, the gun's tracking good. I'm doing my part as a shooter, so try it one more time. And hopefully, if all goes well, I'll get right in the X there. Or not. So, case looks good. And you don't want to fire these too quick. Your barrel will get hot and then it'll distort and it'll make everything go every which way. So I'm gonna crank it up just another. I want to be low at 50 yards, maybe 1/2 inch low, so I'll crank it up another couple clicks and try it one more time and then we'll shoot a few groups here and see what happens. Again, big bullseye, center ring. Try it to get an X on it. Well, technically that's an X. One thing I did in the last two shots too that I didn't mention is I changed the power of the scope from 4 to 14. So that'll sometimes change where your, it changes where you hold and where your bullet ends up landing. So that's not bad. I'll crank it down to 14 or down to 4 and do one more shot just for the hell of it and see. And again, these cases are all coming out looking good. Primers aren't, it's no signs of excessive pressure. Cases all look good all the way down the body, the necks and everything. So one more time here. So I got it down to 4 now, so we'll see. Nothing else has changed, so we'll see if I can hold good enough. So there you go. You see the difference between like a 4 power and a 14. The 14 just allows you, a little more accuracy when you're aiming. So anyways, that's enough to get you. Well, that's more than enough. On the second shot there would have been good enough to get you. Actually, the first shot, but the second shot would have been good enough to get you on at 100. And then at 100, when you go out, you should be with, half inch lower, so you should be damn near dead on at 100. So